everyone. My name is Liu Suwei. I'm a senior high school student from China. Countries around the world have begun to pay attention to the issue of climate change. Low carbon, green, and environmental protection have become popular terms that have attracted widespread attention. Many countries, including China, have started to implement policies to manage pollution and protect the environment, such as China's carbon peak and carbon neutrality dual carbon strategy. This is an imposing goal, and to achieve it will require the country's commitment and advocacy as well as public action. This brings me to the topic I want to discuss today: climate communication. Climate communication refers to the practices of the government in disseminating information about climate change and related knowledge to the public, thereby promoting green and low-carbon habits. My school holds morning and class meetings related to maintaining the ecological environment, as well as regularly held lectures on related topics surrounding climate change. I can see the changes these communication efforts have had on my friends, but they take few actions in response. About 90% of the public in China is willing to understand climate change information, but the overall actions taken to combat it are relatively low. Wow. So, in my opinion, this may be related to the ways in which climate communication is implemented in our country. Articles about climate mostly feature statistics such as how much the sea level has risen. Framed in this data-focused way, it is difficult for the general public to feel the impact of this news on their daily lives, which leads to the perception that climate issues are somewhat distant rather than urgent and personally relevant. So how can we change this perception of climate change? Perhaps we can turn our attention to media forms. In today's era of widespread internet media, there are countless media forms that also convey information in entertaining ways, such as short videos and documentaries. By addressing issues of climate change through popular communication channels like these, the argument for valuing environmental protection may be more easily digested because it comes from channels people already like and trust. Over the years, I have seen many government departments and public welfare organizations trying to use different climate communication methods to more effectively inspire the public to act, such as invite people who have been directly affected by environmental changes to tell their own stories. These specific active examples are more closely related to our lives than statistics and are more likely to resonate on an individual level, and igniting our motivation to take action. Choosing communication methods that resonate more specifically with specific human experiences and developing diverse media about climate issues can help us better disseminate knowledge and concepts related to environmental governance. I hope that this strategy can help every country to encourage its governments and citizens alike to take action to protect the environment and more effectively reduce carbon emissions around the globe. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jiahan Liu. I'm a student from Yali High School in Hunan, China. It is a great honor to stand here today and discuss with you a concern of the whole world, the issue of climate change. In the light of the climate crisis, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to the effort of the student at Yali High School. In the International Club of Yali, there's a club that is particularly noteworthy, the Dream Classroom Club. The original intention of the club was to encourage more people to participate in environmental protection through making speeches and organizing educational lectures. Club members had gone to other schools to give Dream Class presentation to help more students understand the environmental crisis the world is facing. Students are actively involved in climate and environmental protection through the creation of such clubs. The Little Fish for Water initiative is certainly one of the most noteworthy initiatives at Yali School. The core concept of the Little Fish for Water initiatives is the idea of releasing a fish purifying a piece of water. Students were eager to participate in these activities, and money was collected by selling creative products to said student and used to buy fry, which was going to be put in a river in order to change the water quality. The students put in a great deal in preparation work and events for these activities and create thoughtfully designed posters and brochures to share the importance of the activities. We're pleased to report that this activities has contributed to an improvement in the water quality of Xiangjiang River and has also helped students to understand their role and responsibility in environmental protection. The environmental activism at my school can serve as a blueprint for other schools trying to engage young people to act on climate crisis. And this following are some ways in which young people can start to tackle climate change. In order to get students involved, they could consider establishing environmental clubs. This club should have a clearly defined purpose and a plan of action. For example, they could recruit students who are enthusiastic about environmental problems and promote the club in school in order to allow more students to understand this global problem that the whole world is facing. Club activities could include organizing regular educational lectures as well as hands-on activities. To explain the influence, students can create engaging videos of their environmental activities and share them on public platforms. This not only raises awareness, but also attracts more people to get involved and help gain support from the local community and businesses. Ultimately, on a global scale, as more schools and students participate, the small action taken locally will add up to have a significant impact on global environment. By sharing best practices and environments, schools around the world can learn from each other and work together for a more sustainable future. We as a student have the opportunity to be a positive force for change, and our actions will shape the future of our planet. We should consider taking an active role in environmental protection and aspire to become a future environmental leaders. Let us come together and play our part in the fight against climate change. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Wang Zihan from Jiangsu Province, Nanjing, China. I am a high school student in grade 11. Today, I stand before you to talk about a matter that is close to my heart: the protection of the Yangtze finless porpoise, an emblematic species of my beloved hometown, and the broader issue of safeguarding our rivers and preventing the decline of endangered wildlife. I recently participated in a volunteer public welfare program for the protection of the Yangtze finless porpoises, during which I learned a lot that made me passionate to continue raising awareness about this issue. The health of our planet is not just a concern for the porpoise, it is a reflection of our commitment to preserving the delicate balance of our ecosystems. The Yangtze finless porpoise is a unique species that has inhabited the Yangtze River for millions of years. Unfortunately, this remarkable creature is now facing the brink of extinction. According to recent surveys, their population has declined by more than 50% over the past few decades, primarily due to habitat degradation, pollution, and overfishing. The porpoise's struggle is a stark reminder of the urgent need to protect our rivers and the diverse wildlife that depends on them. The protection of river ecosystems and endangered wildlife is not a task that can be accomplished by a single country or organization. It requires international cooperation and collaboration. I think a proposal to protect the finless porpoise can be carried out on national, social, regional, and personal levels. Firstly, on a national level, formulate and improve relevant laws and regulations, such as the decision on strengthening the protection of the Yangtze finless porpoise to ensure that there are laws to follow and violations will be prosecuted. Secondly, on the social level, support the social organizations that participate in finless porpoise conservation, such as the Nanjing Finless Porpoise Conservation Association that participates in voluntary activities and conservation projects. Thirdly, on the regional level, local governments, maritime, waterway, Environmental protection and other agencies should work jointly together to incorporate finless purpose protection into development planning and establish a protection joint conference system with other local governments. Last but not least, on the personal level, improve personal protection awareness and do not interfere with the natural life of finless purpose. Communicate the importance of finless purpose conservation through personal influence, and encourage more people to participate in conservation actions. In conclusion, the protection of the Yangtze finless porpoise and other endangered wildlife is not just a moral imperative, it is a necessity for the health of our planet. By safeguarding our rivers and preventing overfishing and illegal practices, we can ensure the survival of these remarkable species and maintain the delicate balance of our river ecosystems. Let us come together as a global community to protect our rivers and the invaluable wildlife they support. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Li Pei. I come from China, and my topic is protect the environment and plant more trees. Since the 19th century, the Earth has become increasingly warm due to human activities and carbon emissions. With global climate change to increase by 0.1 to 3.5 degrees Celsius and even by 2.1 to 3.5 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. If emissions continue at these current levels, global climate change has accelerated the glacier melting Antarctica, resulting in more animals losing their homes and in rising sea levels, which has not only had a significant negative impact, but also has posed a threat to the future of human beings. Over the past 12 months, as of May 15, 2024, approximately 6.3 billion people have experienced at least 31 days of extreme heat. And 90 countries and regions has already recorded 76 extreme heat waves. 5 of the most affected countries and areas were in Latin America. China has also recently released the Blue Book on climate change in China, showing that the country overall, as a region significantly affected by global climate change, has seen an average of increase of 6.7 days per decade in the number of annual warm days, and an increase of 4.1% in the number of annual cumulative torrential rainfall days. Forestry plays an integral role in addressing climate change as one of the most important components of the terrestrial ecosystem carbon pool. Forests contribute significantly to the carbon balance of terrestrial ecosystems and the carbon cycle of surface systems. The restoration and sustainable utilization of forests will play a huge role in any future sustainable development processes. Although we are students with limited influence, but our determination is unlimited, we can organize environmental protection clubs at school in order to advocate for garbage classification and energy consumption. We can acquire and disperse relevant knowledge, discussing the severity of climate change with classmates, raising the awareness of commitment to environmental protection. Plant a bit of greenery, and the road gets a breath of the fresh air. We should try our best to contribute to the future of the Earth through taking these small actions, and by motivating those around us to fight against climate change. That's all for my speech. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for your listening. Welcome to next panel.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, yes.
Hello?
Okay, so speak close to the microphone, speak slowly
Hello?
and clearly.
Raise a cheer if you've ever felt the joyful ocean sunlight at the beach before. Amazing. Thank you. When I returned to my hometown of Pattaya in Thailand, the very first thing I saw was the silky white sand and gentle sapphire waves of Pattaya Beach. It was majestic. But then I realized that in just a clap of my hands, the once velvety sand was littered with lifeless corals that had been transformed from vibrant, magnificent wonders to dull, white corals because of warmer water temperatures. What I saw in Pattaya has been affecting beaches, forests, and mountains all over the world. This isn't just my reality, but a shared crisis for all of us. This is the reality that we are living in because of climate change. This is the reality that I, Tantir Pasari from Thailand, will be discussing today. First, I would like to express my immense gratitude to everyone here for participating in this incredible event. I am extremely honored to be able to sit here today and share my voice with all of you. 3.6 billion lives, 3.6 billion innocent souls that have all been affected by climate change, which has caused severe natural disasters such as violent floods, intense storms, and the loss of millions of species. Lives have been destroyed because of unsustainable transportation, energy waste, and overconsumption. These three problems have one thing in common. They've all been caused by us, humans. But if we can destroy the planet, we can also save it, which is why I propose SEEDS, S-E-E-D-S, a framework for everyday solutions that address transportation, energy waste, and overconsumption directly. S stands for save. Whether it be food, water, or electricity, try your best to save. Turn off the lights and air conditioning when you leave a room. Take shorter showers. To save fuel and reduce pollution, try walking or biking to places if the distance isn't too far. E stands for Earth. Think about the Earth with every step that you take. Reuse, reduce, recycle, and plant trees. Trees can prevent floods by absorbing and slowing the flow of rainwater. E stands for encourage. Encourage your friends and family to take action. I have 2 hands, but with your help, this can become 4 hands and 6 hands and 8 and even millions of hands that can work together to make our world a better place. For those 3.6 billion lives that have been affected by climate change. For all of us. D stands for don't wait. This problem is urgent, so we need to act urgently. Act fast, act now, and act together. S stands for sustainability. As an alternative to burning fossil fuels to create energy, use wind turbines, electric cars, and solar panels. Did you know that a single solar panel can reduce over 9,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide over 28 years? Additionally, something as simple as recycling and separating waste can save the entire planet. Seeds represent the small actions and small changes that we can make towards addressing climate change. If we plant a seed now, it will grow into a beautiful tree that protects our planet, its branches leading a path towards a better world, a world where we can walk outside and breathe out our worries and breathe in healthy air. Take this bag, for example. This is one of the products that I created in my business, Tanbrang Arts, where I sew various bags with my own hand-drawn designs on them. And I donate the money that I make towards saving the environment and helping people in need. I recently donated towards saving marine life and planting new corals to replace the corals that have been bleached by climate change. This shows how a tiny step can become an enormous leap. I started this business with one goal: to reduce the impact of plastic pollution, which would reduce climate change as a whole. If you have a goal, you can achieve it. There are two sides that I drew for this bag. One side depicts the atrocious floods that have destroyed the northern part of my home country. These brutal floods have taken the lives of 16 people and have injured 133 people. These are parents, children, and families that have been torn apart, all because of climate change. However, the other side demonstrates what the world would look like if we lived in harmony with nature instead of taking from it. A peaceful world, a beautiful world. That world is achievable if we plant seeds now. It is our decision which side of the bag we want to live in. Which side do you choose? Lak rog. That is how you say save Earth in my language. How do you say it in yours? There is one language that we should all speak, and that language speaks through our actions, the steps that we take to lak rog. All it takes is one person to listen to this and to care, to make an impact. And I want that person to be you. Let's build a future together, a future where we don't have to live in fear of natural disasters ruining our lives. Brick by brick, hand in hand, in unity, we will stand. One small act can have a big impact, and it all starts with a few tiny seeds. SEEDS, save, earth, and courage. Don't wait, sustainability. And your tiny seeds originate from here. Remember, transformation starts right from your heart. Thank you. And now on to the next speaker. You got this. Okay. Bismillah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ferry Filimban. I am 9 years old and I am from Saudi Arabia. I am honored to come here and speak about Saudi Arabia's plans towards climate change and environment. Saudi Arabia, once known primarily for its soil, is now prioritizing its environmental sustainability under Vision 2030. Saudi Arabia is focused on renewable energy, ecosystem restoration, water conservation, and the development of green cities. Key initiatives include Saudi Green Initiative, aiming to plant 10 billion trees within Saudi Arabia and 50 billion across Middle East, creating green belts to combat desertification and enhance biodiversity. Another example of initiative, NEOM, is a futuristic and a sustainable city designed to run on renewable energy. With projects like The Line, a 170-kilometer zero-carbon walkable city. A third example of an initiative, renewable energy investments. Saudi Arabia has planned to source 50% of its energy from renewables by 2030. And projects like the Al Khafshi solar plant and the Dumat Al Jandal wind farm, reducing carbon emissions. Fourth example of initiative, water conservation. Initiatives include renewable power desalination plants, water treatment enchantments, and wastewater recycling to address water scarcity. The last example of initiative, environmental education. Integrating environmental topics into education and encouraging community involvement, especially among youth, through activities like tree plantings and cleanups. These initiatives reflect Saudi Arabia's ambition to redefine its global environmental role, proving that economic growth can align with ecological preservation. In conclusion, under the visionary guidance of King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia is charting a path towards a sustainable and resilient future. These pioneering environmental and climate-focused initiatives are not only a testament to the kingdom's commitment to preserving our planet, but also a call for collective action worldwide. Together, let us work as a greener, cleaner, and more sustainable world for generations to happen. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Baozi and I am 7 years old. I come from Guangzhou, a city known for its warm weather and lush gardens in China. I am a grade 1 student of Guangzhou International Primary School, Huangpu Ziwi. Today, I feel very honored to share with you a story of how small actions can lead to big changes, especially when it comes to saving our amazing planet. We have a beautiful small backyard garden at home. We made a fish pond and planted so many lovely flowers like lavender or rose. I remember that when I was little, around 3 years old, there were many more butterflies flying around in our garden. Our garden was always full of colorful flowers, and the warm sunshine made it the perfect place for butterflies. We used to spend so much time playing in the garden. It was indeed an unforgettable memory. However, during these recent years, I cannot help but notice that the number of butterflies in our backyard has been decreasing. This is happening not only in our garden, but also around the whole world. A study has found that the number of butterflies has decreased by half in some parts of the world due to climate change. Butterflies play a very important role in our world. Insects, including butterflies, help pollinate 85% of our food crops, which means they help grow the foods and the vegetables we eat every day. We must acknowledge the threat we pose to butterflies before they are lost forever. Losing butterfly populations could be harmful not only to nature environment, but to human health and food security, particularly with the loss of pollinators. Therefore, I have the following 2 suggestions to help cope with climate change. First, we plant more trees because trees can absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Second, we carry out a plan to create local community gardens. We can fill the community gardens with the plants and the flowers we like. Every community can be a microhabitat. As far as I know, Some cities in China have been encouraging local communities to carry out this plan. Climate change is a global issue, and we must work together to save our world. Our future depends on the actions we take today. I really hope that my small garden can become full of butterflies again. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Teach. It seems like we already run out of time, and I will be here tomorrow to finish my speech. Bye-bye. Thank you. Good photo? Okay.
We're done, right?
And up.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Stand up. Okay. That's so cute.
Okay, guys, we need to hurry because we've overrun.